All right, Bears fans, it's been a while since we've started a show like this, but you know the motto, especially if you're one of the 93,000 and change subscribers here on the channel. Spam FGB down below. That is F Green Bay. You know what the F stands for. Don't need to think too much about that one. Let's get the FGBs rolling, and let's dive into today's show. I'm Harrison Graham, and Bears Now is presented by Roan. Upgrade your wardrobe today by going to Roam.com/chatsports. Code chatsports is going to get you 20% off at checkout. That link and promo code are in the comments and description of this video, so go check that out. All right, Calais Campbell, coming up in a few minutes. We got an interesting Caleb Williams comp, so stay tuned for that. But Pro Football Focus suggesting that the Bears should sign Calais Campbell. We've talked about this a few times, but I think it's worth revisiting here. Here's Gordon McGinnis of PFF saying that Calais Campbell could be a good role player for the Bears given his versatility. He has the experience on the edge and interior and is still good enough as a run defender and a pass rusher to make an impact. In his 16th NFL season last year, he still managed to rack up 42 pressures on 413 pass rushing snaps. Now, you look at how he graded out with PFF last year, still pretty damn good, right? I mean, 80 overall. His run defense was 80.2. Pass rush grade, 68.5. Pass rush win rate, over 10%. Not a great number, but good enough with how good of a run defender he is and considering he would just be a rotation guy. I'm all in on Calais Campbell. Like, you need to add some beef to this defensive line. You need to get another player in there, and I think he gives you the versatility, the experience that you're looking for, and quite frankly, still the production. Had more QB hits this past year than he had in the prior three. Racked up 6.5 sacks, 56 tackles, which was 20 more than the year before. He stayed healthy, played all 17 games. Like, he takes care of his body. I think he's clearly the best defensive lineman available and my top edge available. And in a 4-3, he'd play some edge and 3-tech. Would I be okay if you brought in one of these other guys? Yeah, and I understand the comfort of bringing back a Yannick Ngakoue. He knows the defense, all that stuff. But, again, the reason I like Calais over the other guys is, A, I think he's coming off the best year compared to the other guys. I think his leadership and experience would be very valuable in a still pretty young locker room. And I like the fact that he can play multiple spots. You can play him at 3-tech to spell Javon Dexter Sr., which you don't really have another natural 3-tech right now unless we think Keith Randolph is going to become that, the undrafted free agent out of Illinois who we didn't hear much about at all at rookie minicamp. You could put him on the edge opposite of Montez Sweat. You can spell Sweat with him as well. I just think it's a good fit. I think he would want to sign for a team that's got a shot to make some moves in the postseason, which I think the Bears do. And this is still a young team. He could offer a lot of wisdom to this locker room. Should the Bears sign Calais Campbell? What do you think? S for sign, P for pass. I'd like to see it happen, but we'll have to wait and see. Is Caleb Williams a supercharged Donovan McNabb? An interesting player comparison that has emerged via Tyler Dunne of Go Long Football. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But a little bit more from our sponsor here. It is Roan. The men's closet was due for a radical reinvention, and Roan stepped up to the challenge with their versatile clothing. The Commuter Collection offers the most comfortable and breathable products known to man. Their pants, dress shirts, polos, and a whole lot more. They got blazers as well. Whatever the occasion is, Roan is going to have you fitted for it. You got a big-time professional business meeting, suit up with Roan. You got a round of golf coming up on your Friday afternoon, throw on one of the golf polos. You got the 4-way stretch fabric. It's very breathable. It's warming up outside. You get out there and get 18 in, no problem whatsoever. Whatever the occasion is, you're going to be fitted out. You're going to look good, but more importantly, you're going to feel good with that 4-way stretch fabric and the breathable material. Go check out Roan today at roan.com/chatsports. Code chatsports, get you 20% off. Machine washable clothing, which saves you money in the long run as well, because you don't have to go to the dry cleaner. It's Roan. Check it out. 20% off. Code chatsports. All right, back to this storyline. A supercharged Donovan McNabb. I thought this was an interesting comp. Let me read what Tyler Dunne wrote first, then I'll kind of give my thoughts here. He said one scout who's tracked Williams closely described the quarterback as a supercharged Donovan McNabb. He believes he sees Williams as the face of the Bears for years. Now, before you scoff at this, because, I think people look at Donovan McNabb in different ways. Like, oh, he was kind of out of shape. He got hurt a decent amount. He was good, but not great. Look at the career numbers, number one. And, yeah, the completion percentage isn't great, but Caleb Williams is a much more accurate thrower of the football. So, I'm not worried he's going to be a 60% guy. This guy threw for almost 40,000 yards, 234 touchdowns to 117 interceptions in his career. He rushed for almost 3,500 yards. He rushed for 29 touchdowns. People forget early in his career, Donovan McNabb was one of the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL, and Caleb Williams obviously has some of those traits as well, and he's a much more accurate player. Now, Caleb's a better overall prospect. We're hoping and thinking, especially if he does reach his potential, he will be better than Donovan McNabb. But, let's not just dismiss who Donovan McNabb was as a player. The hard truth is Donovan McNabb's career is probably the best quarterback in Bears history, especially from a statistical standpoint. If Williams is a better version, a supercharged version of that, more athletic, more accurate, stronger arm, that's a huge win. That's easily becomes the best quarterback you've ever had. Now, maybe that's not first ballot Hall of Famer, but you could argue it is. Donovan McNabb is probably a tier below the Hall of Fame. Had he stayed healthy and taken care of his body a little bit better, two things that Caleb Williams has shown to do, obviously he's got to do it in the NFL, McNabb might have gone to the Hall of Fame, especially if he won a Super Bowl. Supercharged Donovan McNabb, I don't look at that as a negative. I look at that as a positive. If that's what you're getting here, that's cool with me. That's much better than what you've had pretty much ever if you are the Chicago Bears. Will Caleb Williams have a better career than Donovan McNabb? B for better, W for worse. Crazy as it sounds, probability says no, but talent-wise, if he hits, he clearly will. Obviously, he's got to do that. I think he's got a good chance to, man. I really do. The talent is certainly there. Got to put it all together and go prove it on the field. All right, let's talk NFL schedule as the full schedule will be out by tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central. If it gets leaked before then, we will have a video, so stay tuned. If not, video will come out tomorrow night. But a lot of Week 1 games starting to leak, and no Bears game as of yet, but here are the matchups so far. Ravens-Chiefs, Thursday Night Football. That's an NBC game. The rest of the season goes to Prime Video. Brazil, Friday night game. Packers-Eagles. Fox Sunday afternoon. Tom Brady's debut as an analyst is going to be Cowboys at Browns. Sunday Night Football still open. That's to be announced. I bet we hear that some point later today. And then Monday Night Football, Jets at 49ers, as they're going to run it back with Aaron Rodgers on Monday night in San Francisco. Now, I kind of started thinking, okay, some games have been leaked. Who could the Bears still play? Well, my prediction of Bears-Lions is still there. Now, I did predict it for Monday night, but maybe it ends up being Sunday night. These are the opponents at home. Got the divisional games, Rams, Seahawks, Jags, Titans, Panthers, Patriots. The away games here. Again, divisional games, Arizona, San Francisco, Houston, Indianapolis, and Washington. Now, I saw Peter Schrager throw out the idea of, with it being the Giants' 100th season, he wouldn't be surprised if it was Giants-Commanders Sunday Night Football. That would be disgusting. No one wants to see that. I get it would do numbers probably because it's a big-time divisional matchup, but I'm going to stick with my prediction and just slide it to Sunday instead of Monday. Bears-Lions Sunday night. You're telling me that wouldn't do huge numbers? Classic NFC North matchup. Caleb Williams' first game going up against the team that won the North and almost won the NFC. That would be a pretty juicy matchup to kind of finalize the primetime Week 1 schedule. We'll see if it happens. If we get news on it later today, we will hit you with a video. All right, fill in the blank. The Bears will face blank in Week 1. Who's it going to be? Get your predictions. And again, it can't be the Packers because they're playing the Eagles in Brazil. All right, we'll be back later today, 4 o'clock Central Time for Chicago Bears Now Live. Be sure to join us for that. My name is Harrison Graham. Until then, bear down.